Hi, great to be with you. So today we continue talking about material items. Last week I talked to you about my determination to sort through both my practical and my sentimental items. So, do we have too much stuff? Well, in a 2014 article from the LA Times, they reported the average American home has over 300,000 items. Wow, that's a lot of coat hangers and paper clips to sort through. I also found, according to NPR, that in the last 50 years, homes have tripled in size, and we still seem to have not enough room. Also, 1 in 10 homes are renting a self-storage unit at a cost of $2,000 to $3,000 per year. So, do we have too much stuff? I'd say we have too much stuff. We're drowning in all of our stuff. So what's the solution? Do you have trouble knowing where to begin? I had trouble knowing where to begin. Stephen Covey wrote a book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And he says, begin with the end in mind. You know, picture the end goal. And that's what I did. I wanted to have each of my rooms looking fresh and bright and nicely apportioned, not dark and dingy, filled to the brim with furniture and too many tchotchkes. William Morris was a poet and designer, and he said, have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. Sometimes the systems that are the simplest work really well, like laying out the 4 or 5 boxes, labeling them, and simply going through all your items, deciding what to keep, what to throw out, what to donate, maybe to give to a specific person, and then to keep a box with items you're unsure of. And they say if you let the items sit in that box for a period of time, like 4 to 6 months, and you don't reach for them, well, then you can let it go, and you don't really need it nor want it. So be diligent, go room by room, set a certain amount of time, and before you know it, you'll be through your whole house. Now, if that sounds too old-fashioned or you think it'll be too slow, you can incorporate the Marie Kondo method, and that's been very popular. She says to tidy by category, to sort through in each category in this specific order: clothing, books, paper, miscellaneous items, and end with sentimental things. I think she regards those as being the most difficult and believes we can work up to those. She also says to hold each item and ask myself if it sparks joy. If it does, keep it. If it doesn't, get rid of it. She also says to put items away, folding or hanging them neatly, and to store like items in the same predictable place, and to imagine your ideal space and lifestyle. My husband says I've spent the first 40 years collecting things. I'm going to spend the next 40 years giving them away. And I kind of agree with him. I'm on the same page. I've used a lot of excuses, and I've heard people say a lot of excuses. But I'm thinking carefully before I accept any free items or anybody's hand-me-downs. I'm thinking, do I really need it? Do I want it? Where will I put it? After all, if I'm going to store it away in a bin or the back of the closet, I'm not getting any use of it. I've heard people say, at this price, you can't go wrong. Well, I say to myself, if you don't need it and you don't want to use it, then you can go wrong, and it's not worth it. I've tried to incorporate 1 item in, 1 or 2 items out before bringing anything else into my house or closet. What about all the items we save for the just in case or what if I might need them? Well, I've listened to the minimalist, and they say if you can replace an item for $20 or less, or find it in 20 minutes or less, then let it go. And they say after doing this for quite a few years, they've only ever replaced items twice. So that's what I've been doing. I've been letting those items go. And you know what? I find I don't even miss them. You know, my faith tells me not to hold to things too tightly, and I don't want to. And in the end, that old cliche is true. We really can't take it with us. Our Jordan Violet is almost 2, and on her own, she called me my Mimi. Oh, that's what I want to hold tightly to. I want to hold my items loosely, and I want to bless other people and share what I don't need or use. I love this quote by Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, who are the minimalists. They say, we move closer to what we love when we walk away from what we don't. In the end, you have to decide what's right for you. I don't think I'll ever be a minimalist, but I am being more thoughtful and intentional about what I invest in. You're doing a great job. Keep it up, and I'll see you again soon. And don't forget to watch my third and last video in this series, The Struggle with Material Stuff. It's all about clothing. Bye for now.